California visits Southern California. The Niners and Chargers, off we go from L.A. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Raheem Mostert, the ball.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
At the 28-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Mostert. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
The ball carrier.
The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
The ball carrier.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mostert. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Tackled there by Rayshon Jenkins.
Tackle made by Rayshon.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Here's Mostert. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. 1st down, 49ers.
Now a give to Mostert running right. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defensive. Know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. They're looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 32. And no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler, and he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Austin Eckler, the ball carrier.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On second down, Eckler, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Dre Greenlaw on the tackle. It's a gain of 2. Brings up third.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They run with Jackson out of the gun. The Pro Bowl corner, Jason Verrett, on the tackle.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find out.
All the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A nice gain of 21 yards. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
At the 49ers' 2-yard line.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chargers have taken a first quarter lead. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Makes the score. Chargers 7, 49ers 0.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Nothing.
2nd and 7. A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
At the 22-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. His throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here is Eckler. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson. Stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
They'll air this one toward Coleman. And they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. They went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up fourth. Fourth down, and on is Ty Long to punt.
Good job.
Ty Long in punt.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Second and 5 at the 25-yard line.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Third and 11.
That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a third and long. There's Garoppolo to throw. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Chargers take over first and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward.
Intercepted by the 49ers. They'll take over first and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Fielded in the end zone, and the half will begin with a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down, here's Herbert. It's caught by Jackson. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Running on first down, Eckler. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brought down at the 30.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
That's a
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On third down, it's Jackson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Warner in on the tackle.
And they are going for it. Herbert now. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now Eckler. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 from the 44. It's Eckler again. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Henry's got it. Out on the side. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Joshua Kelly, the rookie from UCLA. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
He was brought down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 23. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Once more, here's Eckler. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
10 at the 19-yard line.
Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. A huge play there on the screen pass. 72 yards. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Pickup of 2.
One more time with Mostert. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Deebo Samuel.
10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the 49ers get a score closer. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
The play fake to Eckler. It's Herbert. Man open left side. It's Williams. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Ty Long now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 23. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Now they're setting up the wide receiver screen here on the right taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
First down, 49ers.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Rayshon Jenkins picks it off, and he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. Touchdown, LA! Keenan Allen, 45 yards. And the interception by the Chargers D leads to a touchdown.
Badgley lining up.
They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jerry Tillery in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because...
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And this feels like something we'd see more commonly, CD, in a college game. They give it to the receiver down here in the red zone, but it winds up Oh, this is blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball.
Ty Long set to kick off.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It was Joey Bosa working his way in to bust that one up. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo out wide here to Samuel. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
To throw is Garoppolo. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Joey Bosa able to drop in that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's got some space here.